going on, everybody? This is Copy801, and we are on episode number 26. Had quite a week last week on my little show, episode 25. The DC guy, this guy, talked Marvel with my buddy Mike the Beast Benson. We hadn't got together for a video in a while. We have both been busy. We both work in the same industry, and we are cranking right now. So it was good. We were able to shoot the shit and, just talk some Eternals and MCU stuff. So this week, I figured, we'll be a little lighter, no specific topic. But I got somebody from the community. I know him. You should know him too. If you don't, then sometime during the show, probably early on, I will link his YouTube channel and his Instagram. That way you can get to know him too. But if you looked at the thumbnail, you'll know exactly who I'm talking about. And it is Mr. Hyper Combo Comics. All the way from Canada.
From Canada. And the winter's about to start.
Yeah. I heard freaking, Aegis, right?
Yeah.
Aegis Comics of Alaska. So on their stream yesterday, I caught the rewind today. They said it was -2.
So, okay, is that Fahrenheit or Celsius now?
Well, this is America, so this was so.
Now you're gonna make me do the math.
So,
right, hold on.
1 degree, and so the conversion between Fahrenheit and Celsius, I believe, is 2.5 approximately. So 2.5 degrees equals 1 degree Celsius. So we were at -2 degrees Fahrenheit. So. Doing some head math, I'd say about -20.
Yeah, you know what? That's actually because here again, and I'm gonna just go by Celsius. It can with fine. Humidity, it might go with the windshield, it might go as low as -30 sometimes.
Yeah,
those are situations where they tell you, you know what? If you don't gotta be anywhere, stay at home. But -20, yeah, that's pretty cold. That's we'll probably be getting that probably in December or January or so. Right now, we're kind of on that in the zero, close to the 0 -1 level.
All right, so I lied. The conversion is 3.8 degrees. I just Googled it. So let's so -20. Oh no, negative. So
you said -2, right?
So it was -2 degrees Fahrenheit.
Yeah.
So that is, a -18.8 degrees Celsius.
Still cold. I mean, even if you're off by 2 degrees, that's still 18 is no fun. And listen, I lived in Canada pretty much my whole life, and I'm still not used to the cold. All right, I'm not built for this weather. I don't know why I'm still living in this city. I should have been more in the West Coast, honestly, because I've been to Vancouver and those areas in the wintertime, and they don't even have winter. They shut down the city when there's like a few centimeters of snow.
Which is bullshit, sounds like Texas.
Here you pretty much need to have like a White Walker walking by for shit to be shut down. Like school will go on even if you have like 20 centimeters over here.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And to all you Americans, about I think 2.5 centimeters is 1 inch. Yeah. So let me just let me consult Google. So we're gonna do 1 inch. Nice. 1 inch is 2.54 centimeters. Fuck yeah. So 20 centimeters, divide that by 2.5. That's about a foot, people.
Yeah,
it's like a foot of snow.
And that, I mean, we get that snow dumped, and I know that some of your people in the chat, I think they're in the tri-state area. They probably experience the same thing as well. And it's business as usual, man. I mean, like I said,
where are you out of? Toronto area?
No, Montreal. So I'm like 5
Montreal.
hours.
Oh, okay, yeah. So you're right here.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm not that far off though, but. Yeah, HK Wifey, I think she's West Coast, I think, right?
Yes, she is. I believe she is close to Las Vegas.
Yeah. I
She's
envy her.
close.
I envy pretty much all of Team Murdered,
I
and
know.
any of those guys are in the West Coast.
Well, I'm in Long Island, so I ain't not. I'm.
I mean, you obviously know the snow.
Oh, fuck yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, we're talking latitude, we're different, but longitude, not too much.
No,
You
no.
know?
In fact, there are times when I think you guys had it worse than we did. I think last winter.
Yeah, we had so we had a couple good snowstorms, but the funny thing is it didn't get very cold last year in Long Island, but we got a decent amount of snow. Like there was a good
Mm.
couple of weeks where it was just snow on the ground. There was a foot, and then it would melt to like 6 or 4 inches, and then it would go back up again, and it was just kind of like, it was just a nice little wave that we
Honestly,
rode.
I would take cold over snow just because with snow, it just makes everything just unbearable. Like, just makes getting from point A to point B just a nightmare. Having to plow through, hoping that your car doesn't get stuck in some snowbank on the drive to work.
There's actual Dracula, fellow Canadian. Yeah, Toronto and Long Island, we have the same climate. Montreal gets a little colder.
I used
Yeah,
to live in
that's
Toronto actually. I worked in Toronto for about 4 years. So yeah.
nice. That is completely awesome. And it really sucks, like this time of year, the weather hits and it's just like, I don't know if there was any sort of season right now, but by you, but here in Long Island, it was pretty much summer and then
Mm-hmm.
it wasn't summer and then fall and then winter. It was okay. So we're going to call this summer. It was summer and it got a little colder and then it just like winter.
You know what? Before you even said that, I was actually going to say the same thing. It didn't feel like we had a proper fall. It just felt like we went from summer and then we had like an intermittent period where you noticed things were getting chilly, and then next thing you know, I'm seeing snow at like starting last week.
Yeah, it's just been, there's no like, there hasn't been really a switch in season.
Hmm.
Like I hate the heat. I do not like the heat. The heat does not like me. I like the cold. I like the winter. Like that's
You know
my
what?
shit.
I can see that because like at least with the cold, you can kind of cover yourself and all that. With the heat, it's almost like you need somewhere where it's like well cooled, well ventilated, or otherwise you're gonna be toasting. So no, I get it. I get it.
I mean, it's, to be honest, it's with me personally, it's not even like it's kind of a forced preference because
Mm.
it's for me it's physiological. So I have about you get a blood test or you go and you get like they like you go to donate blood
Yeah.
and they test your iron. So consistently since I've been a child, my iron levels in my blood are about 30% more than a normal person. Like
Oh damn. Okay. So
theirs
you're
is
like
like,
you're really upping your spinach game.
I don't even like spinach. That's the funny thing. So like the normal person's 12, I'm like 15 to 16 all
Okay.
the time.
All
So
right.
it's just like, so you take two pieces of metal, you clunk them together, what happens? They generate heat.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with me. Like the blood, it's circulating. The more I move, the hotter I get. The hotter I get, it's easy. I could go outside right now. It's about 45 degrees outside. If I went outside and I was moving around, I could be just like this. T-shirt, I got slacks on. T-shirt and slacks, I'd be happier than a pig in
You know what?
shit.
Here's the thing. I think my sister's almost like that too. Like for her, it's like she doesn't need to, but like it could be like I said, minus 15, and she'll just be out with just like a regular jacket,
Mm-hmm.
and she'll be fine. Whereas me, on the other hand, no matter what layer of gloves I wear, I always get cold hands. I don't know. Maybe it's an iron thing. I don't know. But it just seems like you would think that I'd be used to the cold by now, but no, no. But it's funny though because most people, like you normally hear that people are generally because of their diets they tend to be like iron deficient. So I don't really hear a lot of people that tell me that they're above the normal. So yeah.
I mean, I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot
Okay,
of
that
meat.
explains it.
I eat a lot of meat. I eat a lot of chicken. Big in broccoli. Fucking love broccoli. love rice. You know, I love a good stir fry. I'll be eating like almost I'll eat eggs a few times a week. I'll get that with turkey bacon and cheese. Like I love all that
Dude,
stuff. And
are you training for like a fight or something? What's going on?
no, that's just my normal fucking diet. Like
I respect that. I respect that.
like my normal diet is just massive amounts of protein just most of the time during the day. And like the problem is that working at the movie theater like I used to, it was just like it was to the point where we didn't do anything really. So I'd be sitting on my ass and all the protein would just become fat. And now that I'm actually working and doing things, like all
You're
that
burning it off
protein,
now.
yeah, all that's getting burned off. All that protein is just getting turned into muscle very slowly, like this slow. So
So what you're telling me is like what you're telling the chat is that you're subtly saying that you're getting jacked.
not
That's
really.
what you're saying.
Not at all. I am skinny as fuck. You can ask anyone. You can ask anyone who has met me. I am 6 foot tall. I don't look like I weigh a lot. I'm like 6 foot, 200 pounds, 190 on a good day, and like not jacked at all. Like literally not really. This is my build.
Yeah,
Right
but I mean,
here.
look, you got the shoulders and everything. I mean, you don't like when you say skinny. I was thinking like lanky, but you don't look lanky. You
I'm not lanky. I have a small frame.
okay?
So like it's like I wear like I'm not like super skinny,
Yeah,
but
well,
I'm
I don't know what there's
I
a
don't
body
know.
the anthropomorph. Yeah, I forgot the terminology, but I know what you mean.
Yeah, you know
I
what
did
I
not
mean.
realize that what is it? 15 minutes in, we're gonna be talking about body composition. That was not what I was expecting.
Neither was I, but before we get way too off topic, I'm gonna say hello to the chat. So we got
Yeah.
um originally I was like, I'm gonna tell the chat a little bit, but like, it's like I learned this from this guy who I'll shout out first, even though he didn't get here first, from this guy. The YouTube algorithm takes a few minutes after you go live to actually let people know you're live and for
Okay.
them to come in. So for the past month or so, after I learned that, I've been bullshitting the first
Oh,
couple of minutes.
so what we were doing for the last 10 minutes was just killing time, essentially.
I mean, I can't say killing time because the conversation went really well, but
Yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah. Oh, yeah. I
you
didn't
know
mean it
what I
that way, but
mean.
I'm saying like we're just waiting till the next topic just so we can get that algorithm going.
It's all about Al. It's all about Al. Speaking about Al, we have Phil. Hello, Phil.
What's up?
How we doing? So we have Phil first. We have Drax second. We have Sheena right over here. We have Mr. Uncanny Swag going all the way down, all the way down. We got Lord Chucks. Hello, dear sir. Already shouted out Big Lion Cat, Mr. Meow Meow himself. Keep going, keep going. We got Comic Dude. Comic
My
Dude, as
co-host.
far as I remember, he's all the way from fucking England, the
No,
UK.
dude, Comic Dude
No, he's
isn't
not.
from Canada.
No,
He,
he's from
he's
Canada.
he's
Fuck
actually
me.
2 hours away from me. He's one of
No,
my co-hosts.
I'm thinking of something else. Fuck me. You know
It's
what?
okay. Now I gotta hold that over his head. How he's from England now.
Right, moving on now. We have Mr. Freaky Louie. Hello, Mr. Louie. How you doing, sir?
What's up,
So
Freaky?
we got Mr. Louie. We got where the fuck else? Do we have anybody else yet?
Did you highlight No Good?
No good.
No Good
Maybe.
Comics?
There he is. All the way down. What up, Justin? How are you? How are we doing, sir? Yes, the mayor. The mayor of YouTube. The mayor
Yeah,
of
that's
YouTube.
I forgot that he's dubbed the mayor of YouTube. Oh, and we just got a White Shadow pop
We
in.
got Shadow. That is awesome. Never seen you here before. I guess you're a fan of Mr. Hyper over there.
It's actually the first time I'm seeing this him or her. I'm not
Nice.
sure. So welcome.
Hello there, dear sir. Every time I hear White Shadow, I think of the character from, you remember the movie Turbo? The
Turbo.
kids movie with the snail that could race really fast.
I didn't see it, but I know of it. Yeah.
I've seen that so many times. It's fucking awesome.
Is it that good? Okay. Usually when someone tells me they've seen a movie several times, that piques my interest then.
It's
Check it out.
got it's a good fucking movie. It's really funny, and one of the characters in there is this big huge fucking snail that's all white, and his name is White Shadow.
Okay. Well, actually, he even just confirmed that's where he got his name from.
That's where he got his name from. Every time he would go over, he would just go, like, it would be the most inappropriate times too. He'd go, White Shadow, and he'd like duck in the background. One
Was he
time he
voiced
did
by
that.
Keanu Reeves or something?
You know, and now you're gonna make me look this up. Hold
I
on one
just put you
second.
down a rabbit hole. Yeah, listen. I generally it's not that I avoid animated like aside from Pixar, the other stuff from DreamWorks and all that, I only watch them if someone recommends it. And the fact that you're telling me that you watched it several times, that piqued my interest. So I'm probably gonna check it out. I don't know if it's on Netflix. I'm sure I could probably find it in some streaming.
Okay,
Turbo.
here's who we got. Ryan Reynolds is Turbo.
Okay, all right. I can see. Okay, so there's a bit of flair in this movie. All right.
Paul Giamatti is Chet, who's
Okay, so we got
Turbo's
the Rhino.
brother.
We got the Rhino. Okay. So we
We
got
have
Deadpool and Rhino so far.
we have Maya Rudolph as Byrne.
I don't know
Who's
if she's in any superhero movie, but okay, all right.
how about Samuel L. Jackson as Whiplash?
Okay, Fury. So we got Fury, Deadpool, and Rhino.
We have Michael Pena or Pena. I'm
I think
pronouncing
it's
it wrong.
Pena. Pena.
Pena. Michael
Yeah.
Pena as Tito. He's one of the guys. He's got a food truck, and his
And he's
brother.
an Ant-Man.
Yes, and his brother Angelo is voiced by Luis Guzman.
I feel like he must be in an MCU movie. I don't know. Okay.
And
Well,
the main villain, Guy Gagne, is voiced by Bill Hader.
yeah, from SNL, but I don't think. Okay, so
We also have Snoop Dogg as one of the racing snails.
Snoop Dogg will be in the MCU at some point. I don't know as what,
Oh,
but
yeah.
I feel like he will be in the MCU.
We have Ben Schwartz as Skidmark, who's another one of the racing snails. Richard Jenkins as
Skidmark
Bobby.
is not a name I would give someone. That's not usually the name that.
You'll understand. You'll understand. And then we have Mike Bell is White Shadow.
Okay, never heard of that guy before.
Never heard of it. He is freaking hilarious.
Mike
he
Bell?
is oh my god. It's at the worst times too.
That's actually the best times.
It's literally the worst, the absolute worst.
You're saying like
times.
he's inappropriately funny?
Not inappropriately funny, but like there's one scene in the movie where like they're all talking and like there's the like Turbo tries to go in this group of racing snails and they don't realize that he's just like super fast.
Mm-hmm.
They just think he's a snail. And there's these four guys and all of them are kind of like they're taunting him, and then the White Shadow comes by and he just goes off in the background and he goes behind a shadow and he goes, White Shadow. And he goes in the shadows. And then Turbo's like, we can still see you, right? And you go, and the camera pans over to him, and he's just behind a shadow, and he just goes, White Shadow. Again.
This almost reminds me of that scene in. I know you're a DC guy, but I don't know if you saw the Guardians movie, but when Drax thinks he's invisible by just staying still.
Yes, it has those vibes. Yes. It's funny.
But that only worked because Batista kind of delivered those lines very well. That whole deadpan humor thing that he had going on. I thought that made that character really funny in Guardians. Surprisingly.
Same thing with this, dear sir. Same thing with this.
Okay. You know what? I'll check this Turbo movie out. And I'm sure I heard some of the people in the chat chime in saying how Turbo was excellent, Turbo was good. So I gotta again, we went from body composition to talking about Turbo. When you said that we have no format, you weren't kidding.
No, we really don't. Like I try and so one thing that I try to do on my channel is like, a lot of people have a format and I kind of have a loose one, but like I'm not monetized. I'm not even at 300 subs. I'm hoping to be there soon, but like every time I bring people on, I try and have it as if it is I can't say water cooler talk, but it's just a couple of people hanging out. You know, it's like,
I kind of do sense that when I
it's
see
like, oh,
other
we're
guests.
gonna hang out. You know, hey, we haven't talked in a while. You know, let's shoot the shit for a while. And you know,
Yeah.
like if we were like, for instance, if we were talking on the phone,
Hmm.
that's the type of vibe I'm looking for. Just a more relaxed. When it goes over to comics, it will, you know, naturally. Not trying to push not trying to push things.
Yeah, you're
You
trying to
know,
make it organic. No.
exactly,
And I think that's
exactly.
usually when the best convos happen. Because listen, I've not gonna name any names, but there are certain shows that you can tell that they're following a script. So like, even
Yeah.
when like their guest gives them an answer, they're giving them like kind of nuggets of gold to go off of. Hey, what's up,
Oh
Black
yeah.
Crown? My other fellow co-host from the Kingpins. But yeah, like they'll give you nuggets of gold. But then the thing is, they don't pay attention to the guest. They'll just
No.
soldier on to the next question. It's like, dude, the guy just told you something. Follow up on it. Like, he just
Mm,
told you something, but it's like, no. Like, you could tell that this guy has, and I guess maybe it's just like nervous jitter. Sometimes, like, when you're on
yeah.
YouTube, people, you know,
Oh
just
shit.
feel they kind of have to. Well, what's up? Which part? Which part is the opposite? You can't just.
I don't think he's talking about organic.
Oh, this ass. I don't know why I put up, and we live in the same city. That's
I mean, he's
schmuck.
probably looking at you like you're going on a date like this. Hey there, how you doing, lady?
What in the world is that?
That is a derpy horse.
I don't. Is that photoshopped or is that what the
No,
hell?
that's real.
No, seriously?
That is a real picture of a horse. It was
What
just
happened to
taken at
it?
a terrible time.
Oh, okay. I thought like it looked like someone was like it twisted his neck or something. It's like
It's kind of
no,
like this. Like things like that happen. Like this is a photo of my cat. Taken at
those
the wrong
eyes
time.
really?
Yeah. That's
I
what
gotta
happens when
say,
you put the flash on in front of a cat in low
no.
light.
I know they get that glowy eyes, but yours looks like it has like HDR infrared sensor or something.
it's like it's like that old like early 2000s meme where it's just the face going, I'm a fire in my laser, and it just comes out of his mouth. Instead it's just coming out of her eyes.
Okay, okay. I don't know I don't know what to say that I don't know what to say to that honestly.
you're, you're just like, wow, yeah, here laser cats.
Yeah,
Pretty much. Like, you know.
we went from demonic horses to laser cats. Okay.
I mean, dude, why not? Like I said, there is no script. It is when we get to things, we will get to things.
That picture will probably haunt me, by the way. Not your cat, the other the exorcist horse over there. Yeah, what is this?
I've
Somebody
never had a guest be scared of that. This is
no dude,
hilarious.
it looks like a priest should visit it or something. Ooh, oh jeez, oh gosh.
Oh man. Well, what about these horses?
Okay, that's a bit tame. All right, you know what? That's a nice palate cleanser from whatever the hell you just showed me. Like
Palate cleanser. You're acting like you had a bad drink or something.
that actually might bring someone to drink.
If that doesn't bring someone to drink, this will.
What in the world? I think I saw this in a meme. Yeah.
Yep. You remember that?
You know what? I was more impressed that they used Catwoman from the animated series. Because
Oh, that one.
that is the costume from the animated series.
Yes. Well, I mean, animated series costume, easy access.
That's how much of a fan I am of the animated series. I didn't even pay attention to the innuendo. I was like, oh look, they're using Catwoman from the animated series. Oh, okay, yeah, that's happening also.
Yeah, they're using Catwoman from the animated series. Batman's only eating her ass, just a regular Tuesday.
I mean, she kind of looks a bit like blase blah.
But yeah, she's not impressed.
Yeah.
She's not impressed. Did they? I need to watch it. They keep going on when I'm at work. I switched jobs, so I can't really like. My YouTube game is really off. I catch so many shows on Rewind unless it's
Same here,
Nerd
same
Herd.
here. Dude, I feel bad because sometimes I want to be there live, but then with work and everything else, I miss my own shows. And like
Mm.
sometimes I tell my co-host, listen, I can't make it to our show. That's because I just like you, I switched jobs like recently in the last 3 months. So
Mm.
things have been a bit hectic on my end. So if I could, I would, but unfortunately, like you said, I end up catching some of these stuff on the rewind.
It sucks because the atmosphere on the Rewind is so much different
Hmm.
than live. Live, you can interact with people, you say hello, you do all this, you're like, oh my god, what's going on? You could, because usually, like in most shows, or I should say most good shows, the chat has like they'll go off on a tangent sometimes, and you'll be able to join them on that. But if you're in the Rewind, you're looking at all these things, and you're like, and if it's within 24, if it's after 24 hours, you can see the chat, so you
Yeah.
you see all these cool conversations. But unfortunately, oh,
What's up?
Anthony, what up, sir?
Mics are great. What's up?
There he is. But yeah, it sucks. Like I missed Aegis. I Sheena mentioned Harry old fat guy. I missed
Hmm.
them. Fucking I only hit Nerd Herd for like the first half hour because after like 10:30, 10:45, usually I'm fucking exhausted. Like I just worked all day and I
Yeah,
am
you were telling me. Yeah,
tired.
yeah. And they
So
operate on West Coast time, so
I know. So it's 10 o'clock. It's good, but it sucks because you can't really like I can watch it, but I can't watch it for long. Like I haven't watched Spine Ticks since I switched jobs in
oh
July.
yeah, yeah. I mean, uh, I don't think I've ever made it like with I actually now that I think lately their shows have been ending earlier, but because it's also on Phil's channel,
Excuse me.
instead of Sits, but even still, I can't like I'll find myself passed out. I'll watch a bit, and then the next thing I'll know is like I'll be waking up. I'm like, okay, all right, I better get something to eat.
Yeah, because you're an hour behind me.
Oh
So you're
wait, we're
only
not Eastern.
you're Eastern?
I'm Eastern. Yeah, Montreal's
Okay,
Eastern.
so you're okay, so we are the same time.
Yeah.
For some reason, I don't know why. I thought you might have been on the verge of Central. Okay, yeah, so we're Eastern.
Mm-mm.
So it's 3 hours.
We're in the same
Thr-
conference in the NHL. Actually, are we even in the same division?
I don't even know. You're talking in a different language to me.
Okay, sorry.
I am not a sports guy. I don't have the time. When I first went to college, like 10 years ago plus, I dabbled in football, but since then, no.
Like you played football, or you mean or you watched football?
I watched football.
Okay.
I did play it with my friends, but I was never like I was never on a team. I was on a team for baseball, track, and golf, but
That's
never
like a
football.
that's like a wide gamut right there. You went from like track, golf to what was the third one you said? Baseball, right?
Baseball.
Okay. That's like an interesting like I wouldn't have put all those three. It's like one of those things don't is not like the other kind of situation.
They're weird. Like baseball was good because you could be active, but it's only
Hmm.
for a short period of time because usually you're just kind of standing there like a schmuck.
Well, what was your position though?
Outfield and but when I got older, I played second base a lot, so I was
Okay.
second baseman. So like it was more active, but I was more of a fielder than a hitter. I wasn't very good at hitting, but god damn it, I could fucking throw a ball and I could catch and I could jump up and catch it really well. Like that was my shit.
So you're the guy that basically can do those holy shit replay catches, like when you think it's about to hit the outside the park, you dive in and then you catch it with your glove.
That's outfield. But
Yeah,
like
but you said you
that
played outfield, right?
oh yeah. Like
Yeah.
I would so at the age I couldn't do that because I was too short to jump over, to do those Hail Mary catches.
Oh, okay, okay.
I was too short for that, but I was old enough to throw the ball from the very back of the outfield and hit home base on one bounce.
Okay, all right.
So I was able to do that, but that was about it. Like in second base, I was able to jump up and extend my arm so that way the ball hit like the very, very edge. And like you'll see that sometimes with professional people, it'll hit the very edge of their glove and their whole arm will like swing back.
Mm-hmm. And then they'll
So that
pull
was
something in the process.
usually it was a shoulder that day.
Oh, it
Either
happened
that,
to you also.
yeah, I actually pulled my shoulder one time. Another time it was in the dead of winter and the ball hit the very center of the glove, which is the center of your hand. So ever since then, every time there was no field, I would be sitting on the bench and my hand would just be like doing this, like kind of twitching because it just like went very painful, very painful.
Yeah, because I've played a bit of ball myself, and I know, yeah, especially when it's like usually you'd want it on the netting. When it hits you right in that palm, yeah, it's no fun.
I fucking screamed. I didn't care. I did that, and my coach was like, "Hey, Rob, good catch." And then I just went, "Ow, fuck." He goes, "Watch your language."
Oh,
He
that's
goes,
true. I
"Watch your
forgot that
language, all right?" I'm like, "I
you're in
guess."
school at the time. Yeah, you're right. You're not in the big
Yeah,
leagues.
I think I was like 12.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I can see why cussing would have been an issue back then.
Yeah, well, it was whatever. And then after that, I went into track, and then after track, I played golf in college. So that was
So
fun.
yeah, I think that's where I'm having a bit of a disconnect. Like, how did you go from track to golf? It's like, no, I'm good running. I'm just gonna chill here and just swing my clubs around.
Well, the thing with golf is that golf is an endurance game. So
Okay.
not all the time are you going to be able to get a cart, which most people do. So
Wait.
you'll get a golf cart.
Okay, forgive my ignorance. Again, I've never heard someone say golf is an endurance game until you just told me right now.
I'll get to that. So
Okay, all
the
right.
thing with golf is that you get the motorized golf cart, you're gonna meet all that good shit.
Hmm.
But most of the time you won't have that because if you go for a school, the school's going to be cheap as fuck, and those carts cost extra money. So what you'll have to do is you'll have a rig where you'll put your set of golf clubs on this wheeling rack. And like each person, everybody that was there, everyone owned one. So everyone owned a set of clubs, everyone owned a wheelie rack. And you'd put the clubs on the rack, you would secure them with a strap and make it really nice and tight. You just kind of park it, and then when you're done, you grab the handle and you would walk. So you would need to hit a ball this big, hard, and accurately while you're also walking. And it would be, the least amount of yardage that a pole would have would be like 120 yards maybe.
Okay.
But, you could have 120 yards or you can have like 450 yards. Now, 1 yard is 3 feet. And if you go around 18 holes, you're walking quite a bit. And that's only if you're in a straight line. So
Right.
usually, you could hook the ball, you could slice it, and then you'd have to walk a little more. And you'd have to swing your club a little harder because it would go in the rough or it would go in the deep rough. Or you'd be really awesome and you'd get it in a sand trap. And then you got to use a small club and you got to whack it right on the sand and get all of this. So, yeah, there's time to rest and stuff, but if you're not very good with cardio and stuff, you're walking a lot. You're really walking.
You know what? You're just hearing about the number of what do you call it, the yards and holes and all that you have to go through already makes me exhausted.
And that's if you do an 18. If you do a full round at 18 holes, that's what you got to deal with. Even if you're doing 9, like there's a lot of stuff to think about. It's a game for people with patience. If you do
I
not
thought you were
have
going to say
patience,
I think you were gonna say it's a game with people that have money, because clearly that golf that cart clearly comes in very handy.
Yeah, you gotta have money. Like the prices for golf have gone up so much. That's why I
Mm.
haven't done it much. But like once in a while, I'll go to the driving range, I'll shoot some shit, I'll go to a course, but like it's like, for each person, minus anything, it's like $30 a pop.
See, this is why I stick to very simplistic sports growing up, like soccer. I just need a ball, some cleats maybe.
That's it.
Baseball, a bat and glove. Like golf, you need like a cart. Yeah, even
You need a
track.
cart. It
Even track. I mean, but again, I wasn't blessed with gift of speed, so track wasn't really my thing. But
neither was I. That's why I was on the long distance track team. I did
okay,
endurance. So again, you do, and the smallest. So for track, I did that for high school, and the lowest distance that a long distance runner does is 1,000 meters. So that's 1 kilometer.
1 kilometer. Yeah.
So it would be a 1 kilometer run, and that's the lowest. That's the lowest. Every day for track practice, we would run minimum 4 miles. Every day, 4 miles. And it started in the fall. So you could imagine when it got to be winter, it'd be 20 degrees. It would be about, I'll do it in metric terms.
Mm.
It could be -4 out there.
Thank you.
We're still running. We're still fucking
Wait,
running.
for real?
Yeah, we would
You
be
guys don't
running
have like.
outside.
Oh
Yeah, we'd be
shoot.
running
Okay.
-4. Fuck it. We'd be running. As long as it ain't raining, we're running. It could be snowing. There were a couple times it was snowing. And the coach just said, we're not gonna go around the neighborhood today. Today we'll just do it right here on the track. So we got our shit, put on our, we put on our sweatpants and put on our windbreaker jackets, and we'd be fucking running around the track. So it was fucking crazy. It was nuts.
Yeah, I mean, because isn't there a risk of injury and all that? Like, because I mean, someone could, because you're running, right? And you're running in snow, because someone could slip and fall, twist an ankle or something.
So the good thing is that the turf that was used on the track was always warmer. It was like that, like the plastic playground, the playground plastic. You know
Are you
how
talking
that
about
shit.
like AstroTurf or something?
I don't even know what the fuck it's called, but it's
Okay.
warmer. It's always, for some reason, it's always warmer than the grass.
Okay. All right.
And all the people, everyone's running on the track, so that's friction. That's creating some heat.
Gotcha.
So as long as it wasn't whiteout conditions, if it was a nice flurry or if it was like, normal snow, it would be fine.
Oh, okay. And in that case, I get it. I thought you're talking about like, let's say there's like a sleet of snow or something, and you're still running through that shit.
No, then they would take us in the gym and make us run around the gym.
Okay. All
That,
right.
that
All
would be
right.
the only occasion,
All right. Okay. I can live with that.
which was fucking weird. It was interesting. Those days I do not. I mean it's cool because you could put your music in, and you could just kind of put some headphones in and get some music and get in the zone. But it was tough. It's tough. It's a different kind of tough than speed, because speed.
Yeah, because no, I get what you're saying, because there's more like it's like an attrition. It's like you kind of have to. It's like you test your metal, I guess.
Yeah, so speed is I'm just talking strict physiology here. People that are better at speed are usually shorter, and usually they are shorter people, and I can't say they're stockier, but they're a little bit more muscular.
Because it's that whole thing about fast twitch muscles, right?
Yeah, so you can because you're shorter and like you have more muscle, you
Mm.
can use that and just use it as one burst.
Right, right, right.
People that are taller or are leaner were better with long distance because
Which is,
that's
I
how their
mean,
muscles are
when
designed.
you, because when you look in the Olympics, you tend to see a lot of the guy marathon runners. They're pretty tall and lanky.
That's why, because all their muscles are designed for they're designed for a longer run time.
Mm. Yeah. Whereas like sprinters, like you mentioned, like sprinters are usually look a lot more like jacked, muscular. Because yeah, it's just a short. It's a quick 100 meter, 200 meter, whatever it is,
I
and
mean, just
yeah.
that's it. I can tell you after doing the races, Christ Almighty, after doing that 1,000 meter in front of like 5 different schools, I am telling you right now, you were winded, like completely winded because you had to
So
do it fast.
so then you had the lungs for golf then, clearly.
Yeah, well, that was an very interesting situation. But instead of talking about running away from people, let's talk about running to comics
All
very
right, cool,
quickly. Let's
cool.
actually go to what brought us all together. So let's talk about that for a second. So
All right.
um I guess the best way I could put it is since I talked Marvel last week, so I'll start with that because
Okay.
I know you're a Marvel guy. I know you're more Marvel than DC.
I
For,
try to dabble in. Currently, I try to dabble in a bit of everything. But yeah, I guess if you were to press me and ask me what's the company I tend to read more, yeah, I guess you could say Marvel.
so with that being said, two questions. What did you think about the Disney Plus Day announcements?
Okay.
And well, let's start with that and see where the conversation takes us.
So I I mean I feel like it's going to be a bit of a cliche answer because I've heard other people say it, but it's true. I wasn't really surprised with the majority of the announcement because a lot of the stuff either was already leaked or we already kind of had pretty much a confirmation that it was happening anyways. So really, the only thing that really caught my attention was that X-Men 97. That, you know, being someone who grew up and watched the 90s cartoons, that was like the highlight of that Disney Day announcement for me. But everything else, it just felt like, it's nice that we got a bit more of Moon Knight and some of the other shows. We got a bit more footage, but nothing really. There wasn't really much meat on the bones. I found in terms of what we saw. It still was very much a tease for a lot of these stuff. All we just got was like graphics for shows that are coming, and like I said, 90% of the stuff I already saw coming.
Interesting.
So yeah.
Interesting. Now that's
Why? What
something.
was your take on it?
So I'm a DC guy.
So you didn't even pay attention?
Do I pay attention to all the leaks and stuff?
No, 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 no. I mean, did you tune into that Disney Day announcement?
No.
Okay. No, fair, fair, fair. Listen, it won't be for everyone. So no, it's
I got all my stuff from Instagram, which is how I get all my Marvel information from you guys on Instagram and on YouTube because you guys like talking about it. I talk about something like this. And like when it comes to stuff like that, don't get me wrong, yes, it's important. Is it something that's in my wheelhouse? Not really. I pay
but
attention to it because it's something that has to do with
the hobby.
the hobby. Yeah.
I get it, and look, and when I asked that question, I didn't mean it to sound like you should be watched. Listen,
No,
everyone
of
has
course
their
not.
preference. I mean, like from the time I've known you, I know that you are the DC guy, and everyone has their wheelhouse, everyone has their niche. So, yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, no, absolutely not. I will never. One thing I will not do, I will not condemn someone for liking something that is different than mine because it's stupid. It's really stupid. Everybody's got their own opinions. Everyone
Mhm.
has what they like and what they don't like. And
Yeah.
it goes back to the adage of mother always said, if you have nothing nice to say, don't say it at all. So,
Have you
you
seen the
know,
comment sections on YouTube lately?
yeah, there's a lot of, let's address that really quickly, very, very quickly, because
Not
that's
not
something.
not our channels, but I'm just saying in other channels. You
Yeah.
see, and even in it goes into Instagram as well.
Hmm.
Like sometimes you wonder, like it's like, dude, it's like, okay, clearly, why are you taking the time to make this comment if you have nothing productive or positive to say? It's like, keep it moving.
I have seen that a lot too. I really have. And there's a lot of hatred in, like I can't say in the comic community and in all that, but there's a lot of people that are just like, they're saying their opinion.
Hmm.
And I'll give you a perfect example with the new Spider-Man trailer. A lot of people are coming out and saying some people are saying some negative stuff about it. Some people also said some negative stuff about, Disney Plus Day. And it's just like, yo, I get you have a negative opinion. Like, oh, it's too drawn out. Oh, when are we gonna like there's a couple of Instagram accounts. I do follow them because they give me a follow, I'll follow them back.
Yeah.
I'll reciprocate. I don't know exactly like what they're posting sometimes because I won't check them out. I'll just go, okay, follow. That's fine. But they'll post. Sometimes they'll just post something, I'm convinced, to get a reaction.
Oh, almost like a troll kind of job. Yeah.
Kind of like a troll thing, but it's
Yeah.
like there'll be some podcasts and stuff, and there'll be some groups that'll post something and just
Mhm.
be like, I'm gonna post this, and I'm just gonna spew utter nonsense for about like 3 sentences. And then you'll see another post from them. Like there was one, I forgot when, they were saying about it was about Spider-Man No Way Home, and they're like, "Oh my god, the trailer's out. What do you think?"
Yeah.
And then a couple days later, there was another post, and it was something just like the wordage was spun in a negative way
Okay.
that kind of alienated people. And I'm like, why would you do that? Like,
So here's my thing. Because the thing is, me, you, and some of the people in the chat, like, we're in that, like, we chose this whole YouTube and IG, especially YouTube, I would say. We chose this
mhm, of
platform where we're kind of, for the most part, when we come on, we kind of voice our opinions and all that. So
course.
I don't mind people having opinions. It doesn't always have to be glowing or positive. Sometimes, listen,
Yeah.
like, let's say if you're talking about a movie or a trailer, if you thought there was some issues with it, I don't mind you going about saying it. But I think where I draw the line is when it just feels like, to your point, where it just feels where like their whole MO, it just feels like they just shit on things constantly. Like,
Hmm.
so at that point, like, okay, what are you about? Like, what do you like? Like, as opposed to what
Yeah,
don't you like?
exactly. And there was a YouTube channel that I used to follow, and there were a couple good videos on them. They had a very um what's the right word for it so that way I don't give the channel away. It was a very because I don't want to like listen. I don't want to. I'm not one for causing waves. I want everybody to be
No, I hear
nice,
you. Listen.
copacetic. But like
Of course.
they had such like an eye for things, and sometimes it was, hey, what up, chef? So
What's up, chef?
sometimes it would be really it would be a huge critique on something,
Hmm.
and I'm looking at it and I'm like okay, a critique, that's fine, but it would just be all this negative stuff. It would be something terribly negative, terribly like this, and I'm just like, and and they did a video to something DC or something like that, and
Okay.
but it was. their opinion was based on incomplete information, or
Okay,
it
got it.
was not even incomplete. I retract that. It wasn't incomplete information. It was what a lot of big media do. They take an entire paragraph, zero
Mhm.
in on 4 words, and then let that be the entire like their entire opinion, just based on a very small excerpt,
So
without
yeah,
reading it
so just taking things out of
as a
context.
whole. Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. It was taken completely out of context, and I don't remember whether I posted a comment, but I was very motivated to. And I remember writing a long, drawn out comment. I had to be at least a paragraph or two long. I'm like,
Damn, that's
listen,
that's that's dedication. See, okay, but before you go any further, I used to be one of those like that would sometimes because I sometimes feel like what's lacking
yeah,
sometimes in people's comments is they come off as a bit of they come off like as buffoons because they tend to usually when they comment it almost exposes your lack of intelligence. So it's almost
yes,
like I kind of have to feel like when I'm commenting sometimes I feel like I gotta back up what I'm saying to the point that like to your what you're saying, like I'll end up writing a long drawn out point. But over the years, I've just gotten to the point where like even if I shoot this message, it feels like we never go anywhere, especially in like YouTube comment sections. I find whenever there's like a back and forth, it usually ends in a stalemate.
mm-hmm,
There's never how often do you see a YouTube comment? Listen, there could be cases, but where someone actually concedes that the other person's right normally
exactly,
it's a pissing contest on YouTube. So that's why I kind of basically stray away from just commenting altogether. When it becomes something now obviously if it's like me and you, like we have somewhat of a mutual understanding, I totally would engage in differences of opinion with you. But if it's
yeah.
someone who you can clearly tell they are set in their ways, there's no point like kind of shooting the shit with them and kind of saying your piece because it just feels like it's going to fall on deaf ears. Sorry, I kind of cut you off, but I just had to
No,
go on
you're
that.
good. That is, and that's exactly why. Thinking about it more, I don't think I posted it because your knee jerk reaction to something like that is, I gotta set this record straight.
Yeah,
You're doing this, you're completely wrong. And then, you get done with it and you reread it to make certain that it makes sense. And then you're like, is this worth it? And I remember now, I 2 paragraphs. I was about to post it. I was looking through it and I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. And I just went zoof and deleted the whole thing. And instead of doing that, I unsubbed them. I
it
said, you
sucks
know
that you
what? Fuck it.
actually wrote the paragraph to begin with, and then realize, ah, shoot, it's like,
It is a completely 100% emotional reaction, and it is something that was I proud of doing it? Not really, but
no, no,
like
no,
I
no.
I
What
caught
I mean is,
myself.
it sucks that you had to, you put in the effort, and then you realized after the fact, like, I'm not gonna send it. Like, that's what I meant.
Well, that's probably like I would rather catch myself on something like that
You know what? Yeah, I agree with you. I
than
agree with you.
post it and
Yeah.
do that. Like that's what this guy said. He goes, a wise man knows when to keep their mouth closed, and that's why I did that, because
Yeah,
I knew keep
it's
your
all
mouth
about
shut.
picking your battles. It's all about picking your battles. Because look, there are times when I feel that I have a strong argument in a situation,
Hmm.
but I kind of feel like we're not going nowhere. So I'll basically concede and I'll just say, you know what, all right, cool. Because time is energy. And like, I don't
Exactly.
have the energy to like, I'm not like a teenager where I'll just like, I got the energy to just talk nonsense for like a few hours and then we end up going nowhere.
Because then you just
So,
feel defeated and stupid. Like like
yeah,
both parties just feel that way, and it's just like, come on.
I've been in arguments where at the end of the argument it's like nothing nothing got accomplished except we just got more pissed off at each other and that was it. So it's like you kind of learn these things I guess as you get older. But when you're young and then you have that ego and you kind of feel like you always had to prove yourself right.
There are times where I feel like that sometimes, but like it really depends on the person, because if that type of person is the type to never admit they're wrong,
Oh yeah. And you know who they are in your circle. Yeah.
Exactly. It's like, you're never wrong. Really?
Yeah.
I can point out 5 things that are wrong right now, but you know what? You're not going to take it. So,
Yep. I think we've all been there.
uh, oh, yes. On a positive note, what
What's
up,
up, Danny
sir?
May? Another
This
Canadian?
guy. Oh, yeah. Another fine example of Canadian culture.
I don't know what that message is. KUS. CAUS. Oh,
I
Canada US maybe.
I don't know.
I'm thinking Canada US. Cool.
I I think so. How do you change his font though? You know, because like this is different. Look, see, look at that font, and then look at that font.
That might be, maybe that's a sticker or an emoji. I don't know.
Ah, very good, very good. Look at that. See, keeping up with technology with Hyper Combo Comics.
I literally just pointed out that it could be an emoji, and suddenly I'm like a tech whiz all of a sudden.
Ooh, sorry. I just scared my cat. She just went on my lap, and now she's hello.
I remember that cat with its tail many a times on Spline Ticks where I had a good one.
She always she always pops up. She's always there. I forget where there was. I wasn't on Herd, but I was in the chat, and this was one of the few times where it was like I was there for the whole thing, and I think it was Nicole
Mm-hmm.
H. I'm gonna butcher her last name, so I don't remember.
Hotnet.
Hodnet. There we
Yep.
go. There it is. She's like, "Where's your cat?" And I'm like, "She's sleeping." She's like, "Really? Give her a treat for me." I'm like, "I gave her treats and pets." She's like, "Okay, good. Give her more." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." And I actually did. I went and gave her a little treat. She was like, she just kind of, sat over there, ate it, and then went back to
It's
bed.
funny because you like when you didn't have a graphic for tonight, you told me just put up a cat sticker. I'm like, all right, I'll just put up a random cat emoji saying, hey, I'm hanging with Copy 801 tonight. Come join us.
I mean, that'll work.
Is that
That'll
your
work.
cat?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the cat that always hangs out. That's what she looks like.
Hmm.
She's a good cat. Everybody likes cats. Everybody loves a little pussy in their life.
You know what? Because we're live and on air, I'm not gonna say anything that'll incriminate me. So yeah. So
Come on, I'm not monetized. You can
no,
curse.
but it's just I, I more and more that I now that I realize, like, look, we're live on YouTube. I always get this, and this is why sometimes I tend to watch what I say online, because I always have this. Maybe it's an unnecessary fear, but it's like, oh, what if my employer or somebody's watching? It's like,
Oh, what if your employer somehow? Well,
yeah,
that depends. Do they have your YouTube name?
okay. Here's what happened.
Oh shit! Here we go.
No. So the thing is, I did the stupid thing where I sent my resume through my Google account, which is attached to my YouTube, and I forgot to change my YouTube
Oh.
handle back to my name. So basically, it looks like Hyper Combo Comics is applying for a job. So I got the job. I got the job.
Fucking
Hyper Combo
love it.
Comics is working right now. Because
Oh my
they didn't want to do shit with Heinrich, but apparently
god!
Hyper Combo Comics was qualified for the position.
Wait, that's your real name,
What?
Heinrich?
Yeah, that's my real name.
What the fuck? I was
Yeah,
not expecting that.
we're breaking the fourth wall. Yeah, yeah.
That is awesome. That is a badass freaking German name.
Yep, yeah, because I mean, it's not like I have ancestry in Germany. I just basically touched in Germany, so then my parents gave me a German name,
Ah.
and yeah, so that's why whenever people see my resume, they see the name, and then I walk through the door. Yeah, there's always a look of confusion on their face. It's like, okay, wait, who are you? What have you done with Heinrich? It's like,
Oh, what up, Wong? Oh
what up,
my
Wong?
god, that's fucking awesome. and they're looking at them. They're like, you just see a bunch of people going for a group interview, looking at each other like this, like, oh fuck, what do we do now?
Yeah, that's probably them when they saw me.
They're like, hold on, we need to talk for a minute. Just stay outside. All four of them just light up a cigarette. Like, oh fuck. All right, we got to switch gears, people. What are we gonna do now?
Yeah, well, that's what my current boss said. Like she had, like after I got hired, she told me once during work. She's like, yeah, when I saw your resume and then I saw you, I'm like, okay, like like she didn't know what to make of it.
At least she was honest. I'll give her
Yeah.
that. You know. Oh, that is fucking phenomenal. Oh my lord.
But no, I seriously, the thing is, I could probably create a new channel because realistically, I only have two content on my current YouTube channel. So I should probably create a new handle just for Hypercombo Comics instead of using Hypercombo Comics for my resume sending email. And I guess I'm just that lazy that I'm like, it's like we're just gonna use one email account for everything.
I mean, that's what I do. Like, I use my email account for so my email account is the one that I use for my Indeed. And anyone that sends me an email sends an email to my email, which is, copy801@gmail.com. So most people, they see the thumbnail and they're like, oh, that's a really cool thumbnail. Oh, they're like, oh, that's really cool. Did you do that for did you do that for your email? It's a machine copy. I'm like, okay.
It's a good thing, but you know what? It's a good thing that we chose names are somewhat tame in the industry. It's not like I chose, like I'm thinking of a name that I wouldn't want my employers to know, someone in the community. Shoot, hairy old fat guy. It's a good thing, like, I don't have like a hairy old fat guy. Like, imagine if that was the name that's sending out resumes.
Oh my god. Just hairy old fat guy 69 and
Yeah, that's not that's not a look I want. Like, especially when they see me. Like, okay, something.
I'm just imagining that email attached to you right now. Oh my god.
Wait, what's another good one? Hold on. Wait, we got hairy old fat guy. There's.
Oh my god. That's probably the best one. Like, one of the most inappropriate.
Yeah.
For
the one that you shouldn't be Googling, but at least, yeah, like I said, our names are fairly tame.
I mean, you could have done like crispy bacon or something like that.
You know what? Listen,
touching on points.
Yeah, for the life of me, I never got. I don't know if I was supposed to be offended by that, but like, I'm like, I said something truthfully. Look, someone asked me, "How do you like your bacon?" I like crispy bacon, not that limp ass bacon. And apparently, I guess the fact that I had to emphasize I don't want it limp ass, and apparently people ran with it. Listen, I'm Canadian. There's no other way we want our bacon than crispy. And listen,
once you use words like limp,
if you're one of those people, and I'm telling you right now, if you microwave your bacon, don't let me know, because I'll probably unsub. I'll probably unfollow you. All right.
I love how this is like a make or break thing.
Yeah,
when you go out on a date, do you ask, is one of your first 5 questions, do you microwave your bacon? And the hypothetical question, you're on a date with a girl. All right. Okay. You're on a date with a girl. You ask her, do you like microwave bacon? And she says yes. Do you get up and walk, or do you stick it out?
She better have other redeeming qualities. It's like,
I love how hard this is for you. Oh my god.
Listen, okay. On a side note, if the conversation has to get to the point where I'm asking her how she likes her bacon cooked, I don't know. Maybe was that date that much of a success at that point? Like, if we're getting, I don't know.
What up, guy? I mean, it could be, it could be a breakfast date. You could be doing brunch. And
okay, you bring up a good point.
It's a lot of good dates at coffee houses now. You could go somewhere, you could do something, and all of a sudden, you get that.
Okay,
And or you could go to a
I
diner.
like how you kind of judo flip my uh retort. Okay.
Gotta do
No.
positives. You could go to a diner. You can get breakfast anytime at a diner.
Yeah,
Someone
you
says,
know
"How
what?
do you like your bacon?"
And to me that I don't know why people didn't think of this earlier. Having all day breakfast, that's like godsend. Yeah.
Oh God, all day breakfast is amazing. Making breakfast at like 9 o'clock at night. Oh my Lord, you are so satisfied when you go to bed. That is a meal.
Someone I told someone that sometimes I eat cereal at night, and they asked me why. I'm like, well, why not?
There you go. See, you just won Michelle over. A brunch date with crispy bacon sounds great.
Yeah, listen,
See?
if you go to a diner and that bacon, when you hold it up, and basically if it doesn't stand, look, if I'm holding a bacon and if it's not as straight as a pencil, I'll give it a bit of give. But if it just droops, fuck that place. This clearly that's not a dining experience you want to be in. And look, the bacon is probably a prelude to what else to come. Like, what's gonna happen next? It's like your toast is also soggy, and
If the bacon's not as straight as a pencil, I'm not as straight as a pencil.
I don't know if I want to quote that, but yeah, yeah.
That's Hyper's. That's Hyper's.
That
That
was
is
a co-
Hyper's
that was a
mantra.
Copy801.
That is his mantra. Now you see.
And yeah, see, Guy knows. And look, Guy's even putting it in caps. Never met a bowl of cereal I didn't like.
There you go.
Like,
No one.
although I mean, there are
See,
certain.
here we go. We have the lady's opinion. No one likes limp meat.
There you go.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is. It is interesting.
And
Hey,
even like cereal.
no one likes
You
a soggy bowl of cereal. It's got to have a little
okay? So
crunch
so
to
so
it.
here's the thing. So here's the with cereal. I mean, I was actually gonna get to that. I've done cereal with milk, and I've also raw dogged it. I mean,
Mm,
uh, I'm good either way. It depends. Certain cereals I find that it needs the, for the lack of a better term, moisture. Um,
ah,
otherwise it feels like the roof of your mouth is about to get scraped. Some of
yes,
these,
I've had that happen.
yeah, it feels like you're eating it feels like you're getting shanked while you're eating breakfast.
I've had that happen before with certain cereals. Like I'll have a bowl of cereal and I'll be so hungry because some cereals you got to let it sit for a few seconds. Like a couple, like maybe a minute, 30 seconds. You
Oh yeah, yeah. Listen. If well, here's the thing: are you the type that drowns your cereal in milk where it looks like a mob hit, or it looks like the cereals are just floating?
So I'll put my milk about so the all right, scientific question right here. So how do I know when I've had enough milk in my cereal? So I'll fill the bowl with cereal and I'll put the milk in.
Yeah.
Once the cereal starts rising a little bit from the amount of milk, that's when I stop.
Oh yeah. I mean, yeah, I'm with you. I put milk, but just enough that it gets to the, like, I don't want basically a bowl of milk and then you add cereal. I don't want that to be the situation we're dealing with.
I want to have
And yeah, and like Glenn said, I don't like soggy. Like, so the thing is, once that it's like I'm on a time schedule at that point. Once the milk is poured, it's go time. I don't let this shit sit and then basically it just looks like porridge at that point.
so Phil brings up a very good question on all of this. What cereal leaves behind the best tasting milk?
Oh, you know what? I would say Nesquik. Um,
That's a kind of a cheat because on the box it says that it's designed to make your milk chocolatey.
okay, fine. Okay, fine. All right. Hold on.
That's its kind of go and get. That's its go and get.
Cinnamon toast crunch.
That's
Cinnamon
fucking
toast crunch.
all right. The milk is fucking phenomenal after
That
that.
that I would say is like crack to me. Like, if you give me like a box of cinnamon toast crunch, I would plug like a family size. Listen, I don't run a family, but I could finish a family size cinnamon toast crunch. Maybe
But
not in a day, but I'll
Guy
put
is
a dent in
extremely
that
passionate.
mofo.
Oh yeah, nah, it's fucking it, dude. It is absolutely cinnamon toast crunch. The milk to that, oh, so good.
No, here's the
Afterwards,
thing. And I feel like I'm like a lame ass grown up right now because we're just talking about cereals right now. But listen, I'm loving it. But look, I went to the grocery store and the same company, I think it's General Mills, that does cinnamon toast crunch. They came out with churros toast crunch.
I saw that. I was like, what the fuck is this?
I gotta try it.
Oh,
It's not as good as cinnamon toast crunch, but I applaud their effort for the innovation.
all right. Guys got the tough question right here.
What's up?
Top 5 cereals.
Do you want to start or should I?
You can go. You're on a roll.
All right, cinnamon toast crunch.
That's number 1.
Cinnamon toast crunch. What's been in my repertoire? Lucky Charms.
Okay.
I like a little bit of marshmallows in the cereal. So Lucky Charms, cinnamon toast crunch. The other 3 are in no particular order, but you know what? I like Mueslix sometimes. Mueslix. Not everything has to be sugary, so I like all the music has sugar.
Okay. That's fine.
Ooh. What is it called? Reese's. The Reese's peanut
Puffs.
butter. The Reese's Puffs.
This guy says Apple Jacks.
So the thing is, Apple Jacks. The problem with Apple Jacks, I find,
they hurt the roof of my mouth. I'm
no,
gonna be honest.
they just have a bit of an aftertaste, and that's it. I feel like I need a bit more Apple and less Jacks. The 5th one, you know what? Shoot, this shouldn't. Why am I? This doesn't feel like a brain stumper, but
it's a tough question.
Because I have 4, but then the 5th cereal. You know what? We'll go with Raisin Bran. Raisin Bran. Right. I like raisins in cereal.
So your buddy Black Crown says Captain Toast Crunch.
Wait, what's CTC? Okay, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Okay,
Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Yeah, Captain Crunch, Vector.
Yeah, you know what? Okay, I'll swap out Cinnamon Toast for Vector because I do eat Vector actually.
Okay.
Reese's
and then
Puffs,
Chips Ahoy chocolate chip and honeycomb.
So my issue with Chips Ahoy, I just feel like I like it, but it just feels like you're eating a bowl of cookies, which is fine. But it just feels like you're kind of cheating a bit. It just feels like you just shrunk your cookies and then you put it in a cereal box. Is it really a cereal at that point? You don't even hide from the fact that it is Chips Ahoy.
Oh yeah, no.
No.
Not at all. Not at all. So mine, number 1 is going to be my childhood favorite cereal, which is Crispex.
Is that the one where it's like the rice cereal kind of?
Rice on one side, corn on the other.
Okay.
It's like a little lattice structure. Though I think those are fucking phenomenal. You can't put too much milk in them because since they are hollow, they will get, but they have a nice crunch to it. I like it. It's my favorite non-sugared cereal.
I've had that from time to time. Like for what you just said right now. Sometimes I don't want too much sugar.
Exactly.
So I'll have that. It's all right, cool.
That fucking delicious. That's number 1. Number 2 is strawberry frosted mini wheats.
Mini wheats.
Fucking delicious shit.
That'll be my honorable mention. I'll put that as an honorable mention. Yeah.
Honorable mention.
Mini
okay.
Mini wheats. Yeah.
So there's those 2. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is 3. Then there's Reese's Puffs.
Okay. So we have some overlap. 4. Okay.
And then number 5 is Frosted Cheerios.
Frosted Cheerios. Okay, so I know Cheerios has had so many different variations. Frosted Cheerios. What is that? Is that just like
literally Frosted Cheerios? Fucking phenomenal. And then everything else just kind of Danime, strawberry. Do not knock it until you try it,
dude. Yeah, Danime. Listen. I can vouch for frosted because I had the regular one as well and frosted. Yeah, don't knock it till you try it. I'm with
He doesn't like Frosted Cheerios, but
Frosted
This
Cheerios.
guy, this guy right here.
I
That's
got.
what I'm
You know
talking
what? You
about.
gotta show me like the box after backstage because I feel like maybe I've seen it at the grocery store, but.
Nah, they're in a blue. It's a big blue box that literally says Frosted Cheerios. It's right next to all the Cheerios. They're
Okay.
fucking delicious.
Okay, you know what? Funny story, because Guy brought up Fruity Pebble, right? So here's the thing. I know I think we have Fruity Pebbles now in Canada, but there was a point where there are certain cereals that we couldn't get in Canada that's available in the U.S.
Hmm.
And clearly from our conversation, we're both cereal connoisseurs.
Oh yeah.
So I went to the States. I went to Vermont for an exam, Vermont or Buffalo, I forgot which one. I went for an exam, and I took the Mega Bus. So it's like the Greyhound bus because I
Yeah,
didn't
yeah,
have a
yeah.
car. So going back, I had some time to kill, so I went to Walgreens and basically I loaded my bags with cereals that you couldn't find in Canada. So I remember I scooped up some Fruity Pebbles, some Cookie Crisp, and I think I had Trix. Those
Ah, the
three cereals
fruity
at the
ones.
time they weren't available in Toronto. I think Trix and Fruity Pebbles made it, and even Cookie Crisp, but at the time they didn't. So we're at the bus, right? And I forgot the point. I forgot that there's a part where at customs they'll have to ask you to get off the bus and you have to go to that station and you have to declare. So all these people are, showing what they're bringing back, and then here I am with my bag of smuggled cereals, and I'm opening my bag to the officer, taking out a Fruity Pebbles, and I don't know if I made it to the third box, but I think by the second box, like the guy's like, yeah, yeah, okay, all right. It's like, let's just
He's
go.
like, yeah, you're an overgrown child. Just fucking
Yeah.
go. That's fucking
It was
amazing.
so embarrassing because I was in the middle of the line and it's like, do you have anything to declare? And I was trying to be very subtle about it. Yeah, like, like I brought some cereal. And
Yo, I got that good shit right here. Oh my god, that is fucking phenomenal.
yeah, like I
Oh
said,
my
cereal is
god.
multi-purpose, man. You could like I get Seinfeld's obsession with cereal. Like it's a multi-purpose snack.
Oh yeah, it's fucking awesome. When I'm done with this, I was hungry. I didn't know what to eat. I got a full box of fucking Crispecks that I bought a couple days ago. I'm gonna fucking chow down on that shit. I'm gonna be honest. Like,
Yeah, I'm running low on cereal. I think no, I should have one bag, but I'm probably gonna have to make another run for it this week.
oh my god, that is fucking awesome. And you know what? It is 9:30. I told my girl I was gonna be off at 9. She's gonna fucking murder my face. So we will get to the last segment of my show, which I don't always get to. It depends on
Okay.
the people. But let's go to the little brand thing. And we're gonna go down to this. Everybody's got them. We don't like to say them. They're unpopular opinions. So,
Unpopular opinion. Okay. All right.
so I like to have my channel be a little outlet for these things. As a guy over here that has unpopular opinions, you know, I like to have other people share theirs. It could be about comics. It could be about anything. We talked about comics for a grand total of 5 minutes tonight. So,
Yeah.
it could be about anything. Anything.
Okay.
The
So
only thing I ask is that it's not political because I'm trying to keep that shit away from me. So,
what's that?
as long as it's not political, I
Oh
try
no no
not
no
to.
no. Yeah.
Yeah, I try not to get like politics and religion and stuff
Yeah, yeah,
mixed up
yeah.
in my channel.
And you know
So
what? Because that, like we were talking about earlier, there's certain topics like it just brings out the worst in people. Not you, but I'm saying like you're just inviting people to yeah. Listen, I shit you not. I've had moments in my life where I went to Amazon and I was contemplating $10 ain't bad for a box of cereal.
what? You are out of your fucking mind.
I never pulled the trigger, but I'm just
Okay,
saying like
good.
I've had these moments in life where uh, let's just say that
Well,
I was a bit high on cereal and I kind of was like, yeah, maybe $10 for this particular, because sometimes it's like that whole case, grass is greener on the other side. When you don't have something, you tend to you'll tend to want to pay more for it, and
mm,
then when you're surrounded by it, you don't give a shit about it.
Well, I mean, if
Kind of like
shipping.
my friendship with BC. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, oh, he just fucking nailed.
That's for the previous date comment, you
Oh
bastard.
my god. Oh Jesus, he fucking nailed. Oof. He's probably looking at you like this right now.
No, he knows we're boys. I'm just kidding. That's dude, that is that like a capybara?
Yeah, it's like you're the first. You're one of the only people to actually guess the animal
Yeah,
correctly.
man. Listen, planet Earth.
That is a capybara with a friggin' orange on its head.
You know how I know this? Like, if you saw I don't know if you saw the Planet Earth video series.
I did.
There was one where I think the jaguar jacks up an alligator, and then it takes him to a tree, and then the next thing you just see that capybara looking like that, just looking straight at the camera. I was like okay, that was like it was almost planned.
I
I
took
just
that
like that
image.
he has that thing on his head and he gives true
He's just like, really, really, fucking god.
Okay, so unpopular opinion, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Look at this guy. Just because you're from Canada doesn't mean that every hairy animal out of a freaking river is a beaver.
He probably thought a beaver was on your lap right now.
Oh, he probably wants a beaver on his lap right now.
Oh, jeez. Okay, we took it. Okay, so you know what? I'll give a. Have you? Okay. Without spoiling it, I'll just share this opinion. Have you seen Shang-Chi?
No, and I don't care. So
okay, so I'm not gonna spoil it, but I just felt I enjoyed the movie, but I thought the acting could have been better. I know people were praising that movie, and you heard nothing but praises. I enjoyed it, but I felt like the lead actor could have had a bit. And look, the lead actor is actually from Canada, so I have a vested interest in seeing. Sorry, yeah, I had a vested interest in rooting for my guy. But yeah, the acting was a bit. Nah. Some of the nothing wrong with it. Like I said, we went there, but some of the people brought it, but more of the older actors. But I found like the person that actually impressed me, who I didn't think would impress me, was Aquafina. I thought she actually stole the scene more than Simu Liu. So that's kind of like that's But like I said, I like the movie. Would I say it's my top 3 Marvel? I don't know if I would go that far. I still find there's other movies I would still put above it, because I know a lot of people after seeing that movie, they immediately said this is like their top Marvel movie ever. I don't know if I'd go that far. It's a great movie.
Newbie. What up, star?
I should be on Newbie's show after actually this, so I'll be making double appearances. I'm booked the whole evening. Yeah, no, I don't know if Newbie caught what I said, but I thought Aquafina stole some of Simu Liu's scenes.
Okay.
I don't know if Guy put what for my Aquafina comment, or if that I didn't put Shang-Chi in my top 3. Like I said, it's a great movie, but there's certain there's certain like the movies that I'd put above Shang-Chi, and Newbie will get a kick out of this. I put Iron Man 1 over Shang-Chi. I still hold Iron Man. You know what? The water bottle probably would have done better, actually. I can't wait till you guys see special Friday video we're putting out. Okay, all right, cool.
Nice.
Listen, I always like what Pressable Defects puts out. Yeah, I'll be looking forward to that. But yeah, I would say my top Marvel movies right now is Iron Man 1. I actually rewatched it last week again.
Excuse me.
Iron Man 1. Avengers, the original Avengers. And maybe, you know what, Black Panther, I would say, or Civil War. But Shang-Chi, I would say, okay, look, I would probably put Shang-Chi in the top 5, maybe. Put it that way. Yeah. But like I said, like those of you that follow MCU know that Iron Man kind of started the whole thing, and it didn't even feel like a superhero movie to begin with. I think that's what I liked it more because it just felt like just a
Mm,
movie, like a good movie.
mm.
So, and I think
All
that's
right.
actually the appeal for Shang-Chi as well. Like one of my friends, he kind of got a bit burnt out by MCU films, and I told him, look, check out Shang-Chi because it has some supernatural elements to it and all that, but it doesn't really you wouldn't really call it following the whole Marvel template, so to speak. It just
Mm.
feels like a good movie, like down to the choreography and all that. And like I said, the acting is a bit hit or miss, but the movie in general was great. I still
Okay.
haven't seen Eternals yet though, but yeah, that's on my to watch list.
All right.
So
All right. Well,
so that's
listen.
that's my hot take. I should have probably thought of something a bit more controversial. I felt like that was a bit tame compared to some of the other hot takes, but
No, you're
hey, that
good.
so
You're good. You're good. So, I don't really have a controversial opinion tonight. More like a controversial action. So, I will be putting out an announcement for this very soon. A lot of people know I am working on a mystery box right now. I've given
I heard about how you scored a lot of books at like a what was it? What show did you go to that you scooped up a lot of books?
probably King Kong.
Yeah, I think that was the yeah. I heard about that. Yeah.
So, do you ever fart and like your own fart? It's kind of like being proud of a job well done. Let's put it that way.
I sometimes get what's the word? Astounded by
Mm.
the veracity of my fart sometimes because
Like, oh
sometimes you
damn, that really fucking
yeah
killed it. Like you're kind of
sometimes
proud. Yep.
sometimes you think you're just it's like a stealth bomb and then you realize it's like yeah this is maybe I should move to another room
Yeah.
like
Maybe I should move to another room.
there's
Well,
been a time where once and it's like Murphy's law once and I can't believe this whole night's been a shit show in terms of topics. There was sometimes it's always a time when you like look sometimes there's not a restroom on you, you let one out and then you think no one's in the vicinity and just that's when someone randomly has to pop in and ask you a question and then you're like you're basically trying to like kind of carry the conversation somewhere else so like we're not in the scene of the crime.
you know you did a good job when someone goes, "Ah,"
Yeah,
or they just all of a sudden
but here's
they
the
don't
thing
say
though,
anything, but they
but
just
that's the
go,
thing, usually it's kind of hard to bring that up though unless you're among friends. Obviously you're among friends like, yo, did you let one go? Like when you're among coworkers, no one's gonna actually. It's almost like a taboo topic. No one's actually gonna say, "Oh, did you?" It's almost like they kind of have to take it on the chin and then just move on.
"That's what she said."
Uh,
so, so getting back to my original thing. So, I'm gonna make my mystery box available internationally
oh, okay,
for only an extra $10, and then I'll cover the rest for shipping.
okay,
So there's another little nugget for that.
interesting. All right, all right. And wait, you said that you're gonna be. When's this announcement? You said there's gonna be an announcement that you're gonna be dropping
Soon.
soon.
Soon. I'm waiting for one more piece to put together, and it's supposed to happen this week.
Okay,
And if it does, I got to make graphics and take pictures and all that bullshit. But yeah, if everything goes together, very soon,
nice. Okay.
very soon, I'm going to start reaching out to people to promote it. But yeah,
Yeah.
that's my
Listen.
little.
Yeah. I'm definitely
That's
look. Let me know when you do it because on the Kingpins we do these things like lately I've been doing unboxings of my comic finds and all that like you know the deal like I think
yeah,
we had this conversation where I kind of stop. I don't not stop, but I kind of cut back a bit on new issues and I do more back issue hunting. So
yeah.
Let me know when you roll this out. I definitely wouldn't. I definitely will help. Support you on that, and
Appreciate it.
and do an unboxing on our channel, so at least people know what they're getting in one of these boxes.
I appreciate it. I'm gonna try and get all that sort. I'll tell you a little nugget. I'll give you like a little bit more backstage, but that'll be it for tonight. An hour and 30 minutes later. Thank you very much for showing up.
Yeah,
Thank
man.
you
It's been
again
fun.
for coming by. This was quite a good conversation. And
I don't think do we even talk comics at all?
nope, not really.
I'm trying to take inventory of this whole conversation. I don't think comics came up maybe casually. I think the most we talked about comics was my take on Shang-Chi, I think.
That and like for 2 seconds about Disney Plus Day.
Right. Okay.
But other than that, I mean, this was just a completely just, hey, what's going on? you know,
And listen,
but
sometimes if the conversation goes there, it goes there.
it's not going to cost a mortgage payment to ship it. It's not. It really won't. That's
Yeah, I
why I'm
forgot. Yeah,
trying to
Glenn
make
is in
this.
the UK.
Because there's a lot of people that are, like good guys. Like I've shipped stuff to Fuzzy Dunlop before,
Oh, in Scotland.
and
Okay.
yeah, Scotland. That was a fucking trip. So, trying to make it accessible, but
Okay.
you guys will see what's going to be in them soon.
Yeah, like I said, when you're ready and good to go, let me know, and I'll definitely buy one off you. And then
Appreciate it.
at least the word will be put forth on our channel, so we could see they can get a taste of what kind of goodies are in your box.
That's what she said.
I
Have a good
felt
night,
that
all.
I know I walked into that one. Yeah.